everybody, welcome back to Star Wars The Clone Wars. This is Jedi Crash, and last episode was really good. This whole series, again, is really awesome. I thought I wanted to just share this book that I found. I was looking through some storage, some of our storage stuff, and I found this book right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it was for my son. I got this for Sora, my oldest son, I guess a really long time ago, because I do not remember. This was like, I know that he had been watching the Clone Wars. He hasn't seen the original Star Wars yet, and we were talking about that, watching it. But this is the Star Wars Character Encyclopedia, updated and expanded. So for some of you folks, you may not like the above, right? But or some of the people up here at least. But yeah, it's really cool. It's like every character throughout the story. So I was sort of looking through it today, and it's just really cool. I don't know. It's cool. Maybe I'll kind of look into it to kind of research a little bit more to kind of know more about the lore. But I'm ready to jump into this. I'm ready to see again what the fortune cookie message will be in the beginning of this episode. And it sounds like this one's a bit more rough. I think it said that Anakin might have been hurt, gravely injured, something like that. So we will see. All right, let's get started. Greed and fear of loss are the roots that lead to the tree of evil.
Our shields are gone.
Hurry, Skywalker. We're depending on you.
We have them now. Send in the super droid.
Super droid? They're always upgrading. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all.
We're ready, Admiral.
That looks like Jar Jar Binks. I don't know why that ship, like, it looks like his eyes and long snout. And it's kind of crazy to think, like, that they do have, like, child soldiers on the Republic side. Oh, wow. Jeez. Yeah, I forget. I don't know how old she is. Ahsoka?
Destroy that cruiser.
But sir, there are still hundreds of droids on board.
I don't care.
Roger, roger.
Aww. Man.
My sentence, Skywalker.
We made it!
Oh gosh. Oh wow. Ooh. That's not good.
Ahsoka, we have to leave now. Hurry, get him on the ship.
Damn, he was gonna just sacrifice his life for everybody.
The hyperdrive's been activated.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
I can't.
So what the hell would happen? Whoa.
Plot every course along their last known trajectory.
In our haste to escape, the Navicomputer's coordinates were inputted incorrectly. And, well, we're headed right for a star.
One thing after the other.
We're switching off primary power units. On 3. 1, 2, 3!
Well, that was cool. Jeez.
Switch the power back on. What are you waiting for?
crash into the star, but we're definitely gonna hit that planet.
It's like they cannot catch a break. What the heck? Okay.
Everyone, out!
Well, we made it.
You and Bly go south. Rex and I will stay here with Anakin.
No, Ahsoka. In order to get help quickly, we must work together.
No, she keeps wanting to stay with him.
I know this is hard, Ahsoka. But Anakin has to stay behind, and we have to go now. We must do all we can to get off this planet.
It's so strange because all they talk about is no attachment, but it's like you can't help but have attachment to people.
We're not the only ones here on this planet. There has to be some kind of something.
Tree.
Rex will watch over you.
It is time
Or is
to
that a
go.
cloud?
Don't worry, kid. I'll take good care of him.
Okay, good. Yeah, at least he's not like alone. You know, I thought he was just going to be completely alone. It's just lovely though. The music and the cinematography here, it's beautiful.
I get so confused sometimes. It's forbidden for Jedi to form attachments, yet we are supposed to be compassionate.
There's nothing to be ashamed of, Ahsoka.
It's confusing to
I
me
went through
too.
the same process when I was your age with my own master. I realized that for the greater good, I had to let him go. Don't lose 1,000 lives just to save one.
But that doesn't mean that I can't try to save his life.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, for me, I just question it. I'm like, I don't know if I blindly just have faith in some of their beliefs.
I don't see any signs of life.
Oh. They're like huge acorns.
It looks like someone or something intelligent enough to figure out a use for the pods has dragged them away. All we have to do is follow the trail. Let's go.
That's gotta be something huge, though.
General, are you all right?
Behind you.
Ooh. What in the world? Oh man.
Cameron's dead. So lucky in flesh.
We have
Wow.
to keep moving.
Wow, they've been running all night. Oh, they're like little lemurs. Aww. Aww. That's what my my little cat looks like.
We are Jedi from the Galactic Republic. Our ship clashed a few miles away and one of us is very badly injured.
I like that she has this French accent.
Violence breeds violence. Jedi are no peacekeepers.
Interesting. I mean, this is interesting.
We're fighting for freedom.
And freedom and peace require fear and death. We colonized this system to find solace from your wretched war. We came here to find peace.
Please, can you at least give us some medical supplies? My friend is dying.
I cannot ignore a plea for help. I will send my son, Wag 2, to help your
Oh,
friend.
his son.
But only one Jedi may go with him. The other must stay.
Padawan, go and help your master.
No, the clone and his blaster cannot stay. He will go with the youngling.
Don't worry.
Be mindful of your surroundings, Padawan. Those creatures are still out there.
Got it.
This is interesting. It's so weird this episode was making me feel like kind of this awareness of like there is so much fighting all the time. This guy rolls. That's cool. And you guys have been saying that the Separatists, the Republic, it's not really much different. And I'm like, I see now. Like, I get it.
I am sure you are aware that the Jedi did not initiate the Clone Wars.
What difference does it make who started the war and who only wants to end it? No side is free of fault. It takes two to fight.
Yeah.
Isn't liberty worth fighting for?
Fighting for something doesn't necessarily mean you have to destroy everything in your path. Only when you lay your arms down and pursue a course of non-violence can you make this claim to me that the Jedi are peacekeepers.
Wow. Now that's radical. Gosh. These guys are so tough too. Like, they're scary. Dang. Oh, they made it. Okay. Oh, he knows how to fight them. Oh God, he can't get hurt.
Fine.
So they don't kill at all.
Good work, little guy.
Good to see you, Snips.
This is Wag too. He's a healer.
They're gonna be. I hope she learned something. Sakura.
At least this whole ordeal is over now.
We still have to find a way off this planet.
It shouldn't take them too long to get here.
Wow, we're done. This is, I really like this one. This I felt, honestly, at first it's so funny, like, just to be honest, sometimes when I'll get comments about like, no, you're wrong about this, you're seeing this in one way, and I'll get a little bit annoyed or frustrated because I'm like, well, let me watch it so I can get to that place, like, of my own. I like to get to that place of understanding things on my own, which is how it works in general. Like, you can tell someone until you're blue in the face that what they're doing is wrong or hurting them or is dangerous, but time and time again, that person has to come to the understanding or realization on their own. You can kind of help people and say, this is my perspective, this is what I believe, and hope that they're going to change. But everyone has to make that self realization on their own, and then finally make the change. But for this time, I'm like, it's not actually that frustrated. At this point, so I wasn't that frustrated by it, because I'm actually like, it's good to have it's nice to have a little bit of a guide. Like, I think that was helpful. These comments actually were helpful for me. And there's been times in the past where I did watch certain, there was several shows I was watching, and I was so stubborn in my like beliefs. And people were like, this is not the way it's supposed to be understood. And I was just like, that's what you're telling me I'm wrong, and that's the ego. And now, funny enough, when I look back at the series that I had very strong opinions on, I've completely changed my opinion. And there's like there are shows that I really want to kind of go back and rewatch some of them and like talk about why I like changed my opinions and why I was wrong, which is, that's something a lot of us have to come to, like, that understanding, like, sometimes we're wrong. But it is, so the Separatists and the Republic, they are not really that much different. And we have characters or like species like this species here, the lemur species, who's like, we just are trying to find any peace right now. And it's so interesting how Sakura was like, no, we're the good guys, we're the peacemakers. And he's like, violence begets violence. There is no other, it's just, I'm sorry, but you cannot say you're a peacemaker. And it's so funny because as a mom, and I have two boys, when they're arguing, I'm always telling them this thing because it gets so old. I'm like, who will end this? And that was what she was saying. Well, we're trying to end it, but it never ends. It's like I have to step in to stop. It's gonna escalate and escalate and escalate and escalate. Nobody knows how to just lay down their arms. I'm talking about my kids, but I'm talking in general as human beings. Our egos are just so freaking sensitive, and it's like I've asked them, like, what are you? So it's so funny. They say the same thing. Well, he started it. No, he started it. No, you did. No, you did this. And I'm like, I come to the point where I'm like, it doesn't matter who started it. Like, literally had the same conversation with I'm the old little lemur talking to my children. Like, it doesn't matter. Can someone just be the peacemaker, just a true peacemaker? Like, just say, you know what? It's all right. I'm sorry. Even if you didn't start it, even if because at what point? Because at some point, someone's gonna start throwing things or breaking things or getting physical. It always ends up that way. Like, is it worth it? Don't you love each other? Don't you care about each other? And especially them, because they're brothers and they're family, and there's so many family members and friends. We just if it's hard enough amongst family, how would it then be amongst people who you think are your enemies? Like, separatists are your enemies. The Republic is your enemy. So there's this hate. You're born in this hate. So that's why I was like trying to think about this. Like, this episode was making me kind of like not feel weird, but like this, what is this story about really? Because I get confused. I'm like, okay, so no attachments, no this or that, and the Republic is obviously the good guys, but yet they do have child soldiers, they have slave soldiers, like the clone army, that they're slaves and they're humans. And so I know someone had made this comment recently saying, well, at least the separatists use droids. And I'm like, that is true. It does seem a little bit more like humane, to be honest. And so it's strange. It's strange, but then there'll be moments like this where you get like very wise people who are like, you know what? We don't, even for liberty, is it worth killing people? And a lot of people watching this and a lot of people in this world would say, yes, it is. And that change wouldn't have happened if there wasn't wars. And of course, there's very famous wars that have had to take place, like Civil War and all these things, to change some really atrocious things going on here, like slavery and all of that. So they're obviously, it's not like I'm sitting here like oblivious and naive to the world. However, it's just frustrating. War it'll be continuous. And then there's those of us, because I'm one of those people, I would live with these lemurs. I don't want to fight with people. I wish more people would just get along. It's really difficult. We're working with a lot of people who, each of us, I was just watching Vinland Saga, and one of the main characters says that every man is a slave to something. It's the truth. Some of us are slaves to emotions. Some of us are slaves to how others perceive us. Some of us are slaves to our addictions. Everyone has something that we're like, is our master. And so it's like, how do we get to a place where we aren't the master of our own selves, that it doesn't matter what anybody throws at us, we're already at peace. We've already found the peace within ourselves. Once I think that happens, which is like, how can that happen? Because it takes a lot of self-reflection, a lot of work, a lot of discipline. And that's just not, people want to do the easy thing. Like, I want to do the easy thing. It's so frustrating, you know? But you have to, if you want to make a change, you literally have to start with yourself, and you have to, you know, walk the walk, talk the talk type deal. But it is, if everyone found peace within themselves, their egos weren't all activated because, oh, he said something to me, or no, she said this, oh, I gotta defend myself. If that went away, then there wouldn't be these petty wars. People would just be like, yeah, it's peaceful. We want peace. We want love. We want to help each other, take care of each other. But that's why history repeats itself. It's like, it's only because people are raised a certain way, and it's a sad life. Lots of horrific things happen in this world, and that hate begets hate, pain begets pain, hurt begets hurt. It's just a cycle, and all we can really do is hope for the best, hope to just change ourselves and keep moving forward and touching each other in a good way, like touching each other's lives. Like, if she can do that, maybe I can. If he can do this, you know, maybe I can do that too. And I keep saying this, giving each other a helping hand. I keep trying to bring this up in every reaction at this point in the last couple of months. Each person needs a helping hand. That's all. And, you know, these are things I'm learning as I'm getting older. Like, I'm talking within the last, like, few months and stuff like that, where it's like, you know, if you met me a year ago, met me 2 years ago, I was on the track going this way, but I wasn't where I'm at right now. And that's just how it is. It's just how it is. So people will be like, well, you've done this or you've done that. That's, yeah, of course, I've done lots of stuff. And but that's the reality of being human, is that you get to make a change. It doesn't matter what anybody has to say about it. It really doesn't. We need to just stop. That's it. That's what I'm like, God, the Star Wars is like constant fighting, constant battles, and it gets tiring for me. I'm tired. I don't want to see fighting all the time, but I get it, because that's the reality of our world. The majority of people, like right now, as I'm speaking, there's multiple wars going on as I'm speaking in the comfort of my own home. There are battles going on. There are battles going on mentally. I go through my own battles mentally. Like, everyone's just in a physical war, a spiritual war. You're battling your addictions. You're battling the pain, the trauma, the fear. Fear is a huge one. Fear. So it's a lot. I really hope in the next episode we're going to be still at the lemur pods, because I like them. I want to know more about them. I like characters like that. I love that they have a healer. That's so cool to me, and that they can use the pods as like a healing mechanism. The oils from the pods help with healing. That's just so cool. I love like looking into like natural remedies and how people still use, nature as a healer in a lot of ways. Things from nature you turn into medicine, that you use today. Like that helps. And so it's just cool it's just, for me, this is interesting. That's all I'm trying to say. I like it. And I'm just so stressed by like, stop fighting, but it doesn't stop. That's why I like the end of Star Wars, when I finished it, the Return of the Jedi, I was like crying so hard, because when everybody was just so happy at the end, everyone was celebrating, it's over, and the whole world was just, there was fireworks, and we're like, it's a new beginning, but for like how long will the peace last? Like, that's always the case. And that's where you have to like let go, learn to just let it go, I guess. Like, because you're always going to be kind of looking like, who's gonna stand up and rise up, and who's holding on to the past and has revenge in their hearts, and then okay, we're back to war again. We're back to people whispering in each other's ears, and I guess that's really the whole point of the Bible too. at least the biblical sense of God and Jesus and the devil, like there's peace, and then there's a guy who's like, you know what, I deserve a little bit more, and I'm gonna start whispering and like telling people like, you know what, things are not really right. Like, don't you see it too? We should be getting more, right? Yeah, you're right. And it's like, you know, it's just, and then then there's a war in heaven, and then it's like the same thing. It's just how it is. It's just the story of life, I guess. It's just constant. Yeah, very interesting. I would like to look into the books, the Star Wars books, because obviously there's going to be much more information. I think I would probably appreciate it more. Just kind of knowing like, what is the outlook? What's the end goal? What is it? And is it just what I'm talking about? It's just you hope for the best and you do the best that you can. And like, I think of Yoda and Yoda being so awesome, but like, even Yoda takes lives, right? Am I mistaken? He kills people, right? Tell me. Has he killed people? Or is he in that place where he just doesn't do that? I know he's killed like droids, but let me know, because I love Yoda, but it's like, eh. Anyways, I'll stop there. I think I'm gonna jump into the next episode because I would love to. I hope they're in that lemur place. I want to hear more about what they have to say. Okay, so this episode is called "The Defenders of Peace," which is going to be interesting because I went on this whole tangent last episode and just was like, you know what, there needs to be peace, but clearly people are always going to come and try to destroy peace. So it's like, it is nice to have someone fight for you. Isn't that true? Like, that's the thing that I get, like, it's hard to kind of know what's right, what's wrong. Sometimes it's just, you know, I don't know, because I feel like these people would lay down their lives. They just would do that. And I don't know. So it's like, of course, I believe in defending yourself. I believe in just being strong, defending what is yours. But taking someone else's life for your own life to survive, it's a deep thought. Like, we should have like these thoughts. Like, it shouldn't be so simple, but they happen. And I don't know. It's life. But I do think about it, and it does make me like, I don't know. I can say that I genuinely just don't know. But if faced in that situation for myself, of course, I know by nature I'm going to instinctually want to fight and protect my kids. That's just instinctual. So if it's instinctual, is it necessarily wrong? When surrounded by war, one must eventually choose a side. Right. Aw, but it's so nice there. Aww. But, I should have, you can't be happy all the time, huh?
We've got a separatist ship incoming.
This is neutral space.
It won't be neutral for long. Oh!
Don't struggle. I'm sorry, but you're still too injured to move.
I like his accent. It's like Scottish.
What menace have you brought to our village now, Jedi? You must leave before your enemies find you.
You can't fight them alone.
We will not fight them at all. We would rather die than to kill others. Say to it that they leave. I must see what our new visitors want.
Oh, boys. Well, that was what I was wondering. Would they die? Because they'd rather not kill, so they would rather die. Wow, that guy is just messed up looking.
We are a peaceful people, General. I do not condone your presence here.
I would like to inspect
My new colony. So he already just owns this place.
Ransack this dung heap.
Come on, you guys don't really have to.
Why are they tearing apart our homes?
Violence. That's what those droids are programmed for.
So what if they were programmed for, like, helping?
In the future, we may conduct more periodic searches like this one in order to maintain security.
We will offer no resistance.
Your species is smarter than you appear.
That's tough.
Thanks to you, we're safe to grovel before every petty tyrant who enters our system.
You would mock our very way of life?
Are you not concerned about the Jedi at all?
I have no quarrel with the Jedi, but we cannot help them without being drawn into their war.
Tub, track the Jedi.
It's
Follow
never
them
so
and
simple.
make sure they get off
It's
work.
just not simple.
You know, I can't figure those villagers not wanting to fight.
I call it no courage.
Sometimes it takes courage to stick to one's beliefs, young Padawan. As any Jedi well knows.
Yeah, that was good.
We know they have a landing ship. They might have a shuttle.
Oh no.
Sir, you talking about stealing from one of the clankers?
We need to find them first.
I think we just did.
Oh no.
Show me the signal!
After it!
Gosh, no, not this village. They're gonna get.
I wonder where it was headed.
Maybe we can see them from up there.
Oh
But
dang.
I'm not sure I'm ready for that.
Wow. So the lemurs had no idea what was here. Like they thought it was just like for 1 second they would be coming and leaving there, but these guys are here to colonize them right now. Oh my gosh, it's so frustrating. I just don't know. What the heck are they doing?
Apparently, the Separatists have a new toy. See if you can
They
get-
always do. It's like this, it's always upgrading.
We test a new weapon of my own design, which will destroy organic matter, but leave machines unharmed.
Wow. They're like, yes.
We need 2 volunteers. How do? I have located a world in which we can test my.
Oh, they're gonna test it here. So the
a new
whole
weapon.
place is gonna be destroyed. This is just how it is, huh? This is just how life is. And
Hiya, Chipuna!
oh shoot.
It's not even gonna hit us.
Ooh. 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 Oh no. Oh my God! Really? She's awesome. Wow! Look at her. Oh my gosh.
It took out every living thing.
As you can see,
Well, it
the
worked.
landscape has been destroyed. And
Wow, of course. Yeah, let's just destroy every organic matter. Oh, I love how some of these people think.
it is inhabited. The
Oh.
colonists will make excellent
Oh my
test
god.
Proceed then.
I need like a box, like
Eagerly await the result.
I need a bag, a boxing bag, because I'm.
First, we'll take out the droid's communication station. Then after we get a shuttle, we'll go back and help the Lurman.
Tewok Ka said he doesn't need our help.
There's a difference between pulling innocents into a war and leaving them to extinction.
Right, yeah.
Terawag 2, the Separatists are returning.
Oh, I love this. Is he Gandalf? He could talk to like moths? Wow. Has a Jedi ever been killed by a droid? I feel like I've asked this, but I feel like that would be pretty sad if a Jedi was just killed by a droid.
They're returning to our village.
They did not attack us before. There's no reason to think they will this time.
Father, they would not be coming back.
Yeah,
there
why are
unless they
you?
intend-
He is now a little bit more naive.
We've done nothing to provoke them, and we will not.
But that's
That
the
is
thing
their
about.
So we will just lay down.
That's the
in
thing
this-
about life.
Father, even if we don't fight the Separatists, we must defend ourselves.
Mounting a defense is still engaging in battle.
So this is where it's like, this is
Our philosophy
interesting.
has helped us to survive for generations, and we will not change our morals now or ever.
This is interesting. I like the, the battle that I'm having in my own mind of like, he's right, but also he's wrong, but then he's, but it's his choice. But if people in his village want to survive, they have to make that choice for themselves. Like, he can't say we're all going to go extinct. Like, there might be people who want to fight back.
Everyone, please listen. The Separatists will be here in moments.
We need to get you to safety before they arrive.
We will not abandon our homes.
Is this what all of you really want?
If it is our destiny to be destroyed in your war, so be it.
Of course, most of them are not going to want that. I just can't believe the evilness of some people, though.
My weapon is against civilian targets.
It's just so crazy. He has, like, no remorse.
I did not ask you to defend us.
This battle is inevitable. You can stand by your beliefs, but let us stand by ours.
There you go.
I'm sorry, but I cannot help. Many others agree with me, but we were raised under a very strict code. We must respect it, even if we don't agree.
Oh, interesting. I love that. I mean, it's very real to real life.
Goodbye, Jedi.
Wow.
Fire!
This guy is pure evil.
Power the shields!
Well, I hope he can see how much destruction this causes. And honestly, I would feel so sad. Like, wow, they've created this much power to destroy now. Like, when does it end? Yeah, everybody has their own beliefs. And everyone should have the freedom to believe their beliefs, I guess. I mean, depends. Some people's beliefs.
That wasn't so tough.
That was just the first wave. Get back to the village!
That's it! We have to retreat!
Oh, man.
Take cover! They've breached the shield!
Oh, no.
We have to do something.
You just throw rocks or fruit at them. You don't have to kill them. Well, you do, I guess. I mean, they're not... Ooh, I don't know, because I do say that droids have rights to... I don't know. I have my own conflicts right now. My beliefs. Oh my god. No, this is so frustrating. Come on. Man. I'm glad he healed up.
What are you doing?
We're going to help.
I forbid this.
We have to do this.
But yeah, when war is brought to you, well, what do you do?
The weapon has been disabled.
Copy that, General.
And they're still not even, like, killing them. Oh, no, they are. She did. Well, they worked together.
Father, I was just offering the Jedi our thanks.
Perhaps we do owe you thanks, but I still wonder, at what cost?
It's like, what now? Oh gosh. Yeah, wow, this episode made me like go all over the place. I'm like, what do I believe? You know, sometimes you don't know until it happens. You don't know. You might believe very strongly, but when you're in the position, what choices are you going to make? I think you must defend yourself. And I grew up on that, like, you know, turn the other cheek type thing. So, and I do believe, I honestly do believe, like, violence does beget violence. It does. But when you're in a world where it's like a war-ridden world and everyone's fighting and it comes to you, you can't tell everybody in your village or your people, you know, even if it is your code, like you can't stop people from wanting to defend themselves. And I liked it. It's like the Jedi have their own set of beliefs. The Lemur tribe have their own set of beliefs. Separatists have their own sets of beliefs. Everyone thinks they're right. I guess at the end of the day, I don't know. It doesn't really matter who is right, but some people you're going to have more, you can relate to a little bit more, I think. You'll just relate a little bit more. I think if there's more life in the end, like there's more people alive and more peace, that's always the best option. But maybe that's just not the option. And then then you have to come to the I don't know, the conclusion, like, do I die? And because this is what I believe, like I am a non-violent person, so that means I would rather die than kill or take another life, which I really respect. But if they had went through with it and they got killed, I mean, it's sad. It would be completely sad, and they would just be forgotten. But like they have, I don't know. It's making me think, like, wow, everyone has their own sets of beliefs. Everyone gets to choose what they want, but there are beliefs like the separatists, and like obviously throughout our history where it's been extremely crazy stuff where people took other people's lives and were discriminating against them for beliefs or the skin color or whatever it is, and it's you know, it's been happening time and time again. So I it's so funny because I'll be hesitant sometimes. I'll be like, yeah, we're free to choose what we want to believe, but then I'm like, well, but there are people who believe some really wild things, and yeah, that's the part where you're like, I don't know. But even if people believe stuff, you can't force them to not believe what they want to believe. I guess you could just hopefully teach each other. We just teach each other. I'm like going through whatever I'm going through right now. I'm like, my brain is like can't compute. I really like this episode. I think it's just as simple as people are gonna do what they're gonna do, and I'm glad that the old man came around in the end and he just kind of understood. But he's right. At what cost? What does this now do? It just sucks because if the Jedi, it's the Jedi's fault too in a way, because they accidentally came there, but they brought the separatists there. But it's the separatists, and you know, actually this is funny. It just popped into my mind. It's like every movie, like if you've seen Rush Hour 2, if you've seen The Avengers, if you've seen any Jason Bourne, The Bourne Identity, any movie that you've ever seen where there's fighting and stuff going on, it's always between two people, but they'll like go through villages and destroy the whole village, or they'll go through a market and like shoot up the place, and the market's destroyed in the background, and the people are just trying to sell peaches or plums, and they're just like, what the heck, we're just trying to make a living. Now you destroyed our whole thing. My grandpa's dead now because you came in here and did this. Like, that's what it is. The Avengers, they come and they help everyone, but then they destroy all these buildings and thousands of lives, and they're like, oh, my bad. Yeah, right. Oh, shoot, that's true. That's what this reminds me of. Like, these people who they think, oh, we're heroes on either side, and then but at what cost? They kill everybody. And, oh, well, it's okay. We've got liberty now. We've got freedom. And I don't know. It's just interesting. There doesn't need to be an answer, I don't think. Like, you don't need to be like, this is the truth or this is the answer. It's just have an open conversation like this and be like, it's just interesting. If people just stopped what they were doing, be a little bit more mindful, we wouldn't have like people coming in the marketplace and destroying fruit stands because they're chasing a rogue agent in Italy or wherever, Germany or something. But I guess that's what it comes down to. And the lemurs were the markets. They're a fruit stand, and they're just trying to make a living, and they're peaceful. And we've got the freaking Jedis coming through and separatists. It's crazy. It's good. It's great. Very deep. It's very deep. I mean, the message is very, 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 very deep. It's for children, but I think it's for adults. I think it's for so many people. And I feel like we really need to understand sometimes the things we're watching it goes much deeper than what we realize. The music we listen to goes much deeper than we realize. And that's the cool thing about life. If we're still alive, we get to kind of go back to this art every now and then and be like, oh, I see that from this perspective now. Or I used to think this way and I don't think that way anymore. Or I see both sides now, like the Joni Mitchell song. Like I've talked about that. You're one age and you see the clouds as the spaghetti in the sky and castles in the sky. And then you see it as a nuisance because all it does is bring snow and rain. And it's like you get older and you see things from both sides. It's interesting. It's really cool. All right, that's where I'll end this. Thank you so much for watching with me, and I shall see you next week. Bye, everybody.